Hey y'all, I know that not everybody was able to join our group connection where we talked about positive discipline and how easy it can actually be. Just 1, 2, 3. And I wanted to let you know that it's really easy to remember. If you remember these 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, then you'll be able to deal with any problems with your kids from the time that they're infants until they're teenagers and beyond. So, I'm going to go through the steps with you, and then we'll go over a couple of scenarios at different ages as to how you can relate with it. So step number 1 is to get on their level. So what this means is make that eye-to-eye contact. Have your child's attention. If they're sitting on a bed, then sit down with them. Don't be looking down at them when you talk. Get on the floor, kneel, sit, whatever you need to do to make sure that you have that eye contact. You don't want to be talking while they're watching TV. Get on their level. Step number 2, validate their emotions. Help your child to identify the emotions that they're experiencing. Naming the feelings gives the child power over them. When they're little, they might need you to say, I know you're feeling frustrated, or I realize that you are very mad, or you're feeling kind of jealous right now, aren't you? The feelings themselves aren't bad. Feelings are good, and it's important to know what they are. And then when they're older, they'll be able to tell you what it is that they're feeling. Finally, after you've done that, then you can tell them what is going to happen using positive words. Tell them what to do instead of what not to do, and give them the appropriate time and space to do what they want. If they want to jump on the couch and you don't want people jumping on the couch, then you can say, oh, I recognize that you have a lot of energy and you're very excited. So if we're going to be excited inside, we need to sit down on the couch and clap our hands. But if we need to be excited and jump, then we need to go outside. So I'm giving them positives. I'm not saying don't jump on the couch. I'm saying go outside to jump. So that's how we want to do it. I'm going to give you a couple of different scenarios and we'll walk through it and see if you can think of the same things. So these are real life examples. 9-month-old is screaming and wriggling her body because she doesn't want to buckle in her car seat. First, you need to get on her level. This mom kind of held her in place and looked at her and made sure she had eye contact even though her daughter was screaming and wriggling. And then validate their emotions. This mom said, I know that you're frustrated and you don't like to sit in your car seat. I realize that makes you upset and angry when I have you sit in your car seat. Mom's giving her child the directions and the feelings. And then the mom tells the child what's going to happen using positive words. So the mom says, I know that that's how you feel, but we need to go in the car. And in order to go in the car and be safe, we need to be buckled. So we're going to go ahead and buckle. And do you know what? Her 9-month-old calmed down and relaxed and let mom buckle her. That won't necessarily always happen, but I promise there will be a difference in the child if you validate those emotions first before you tell them what's going to happen with positive words. Okay? Scenario number 2. Your 18-month-old is screaming at you because you closed the drawer near him where he was trying to play with the spatulas. He's now throwing food off his tray and trying to reach the drawer. What are you going to do? So first, we want to get on his level. So you want to pull the high chair over and make sure that he's paying attention to you and not anything else. You're going to want to validate those emotions. I know that you are frustrated because I took those toys away from you. I took the spatulas away from you. I didn't let you play in that drawer right now. And I know you're feeling very, very frustrated, and it makes you want to throw your food, and it makes you not want to eat. And then tell them in the positive. But this is dinner time. When dinner is over, then we can play. Right now, we're going to focus on eating. And then maybe even move the high chair away from that drawer so that the child can focus. And if the child throws their food on the floor, don't hit them. Don't get mad at them. Just say, oh, then clearly you're showing me that you are done with eating. So I'm going to get you out now. And now you can go play on the floor. But you are done with eating. If they want to eat, then they will let you know that their emotion is that they actually want to eat. And then you can assure them that when they eat, they need to stay focused on eating. All right? Okay, a 2-year-old. Your 2-year-old just bit you because you answered the phone in the middle of reading them a book. All right, now obviously our first instinct is to say, don't bite, or to say, ow, or stop, right? So before we get into that, let's go positive. Get on their level. When you get off the phone, look at them and look in their eyes. Validate their emotions. What emotions do you think they're having? They bit you because you weren't paying attention to them, because you interrupted the story. Tell them that. Tell them that you realize that. I'm sorry that I had to stop our story to answer the phone. That was the doctor's office calling. I know you're feeling frustrated that I took my attention away from you when we were having this wonderful special time. Then tell them in the positive. Our family doesn't bite to get attention. Instead, why don't you give mommy a kiss on the cheek or tap me and say mommy to get my attention? Please know that I love you and I will finish this story. You can also tell them things that they can bite. If they really want to bite, we can bite apples. We can bite carrots, but we can't bite mommy. Right? And make sure that they know if you want mommy's attention, this is how you get it. And then make sure that you follow up and you give them that attention. And I promise these things work. These things work. You don't have to hit them as well to enforce that. If they continue crying or something, then you could say, look, if you need to cry and fuss about this, that's fine. You can do it here. Give them a positive place that they can sit and cry and fuss and come back out. They can do it in their room. They could do it on their bed. They could do it on a chair. And it's not that they're having a timeout. They're taking their own timeout. They're having a timeout to get themselves back together, and then they can come and join the family when they're ready to be positive again. Okay, here's a very common one. Your 3-year-old is yelling in the store because he wants to get out of the basket and get a toy that you already told him you were not getting. And people are starting to look. What do? Do you just take your kid out of there? No, they're not in control of that situation. Let's figure it out. First, get on their level. Focus on them. Look at them in the cart. Make sure they have your attention. Validate their emotions. How are they feeling right now? I know you're upset. I know you want that toy. I know you want to hold it. Tell them what you're going to do. We're at the store to get things that we need, not want. You could go into a discussion about things that are needed versus things that are wants. Right? Or you could say, if you really like a toy, we should put it on your Christmas list. Let's take a picture of it. I'll take a picture of it and it'll go on your Christmas list or your birthday list, whatever is coming up next. That's always an easy one to say, look, I'll take a picture on my phone for you. All right. So this works. This works at any age. I'll give you one more for older kids. 12-year-olds. 12-year-olds teacher calls and tells you that that they have not received a test, that your 12-year-old failed, that you were supposed to sign, but you never saw the test. And you get off the phone and your 12-year-old walks inside from the bus. So first, get on their level. You want to relate to them. Hey, what's up? Come sit down. Let's talk for a second, right? Make sure that you have their attention. Put your phone away. Let's talk. Validate their emotions. Why didn't you show me this test? Maybe they forgot. Maybe it's just shoved at the bottom of their bag. Maybe they're afraid. What are you feeling? Are you afraid that I'm going to punish you because you failed a test? Why would I do that? That's not helpful. Like, why wouldn't you show it to me? Find out those emotions and then validate them. Validate means say, it's okay. Those emotions are okay. It's okay to feel that way. And then tell them what's going to happen using positives. Okay, every day when you get home, you're going to, first thing, do your math homework and then show it to me so I can see that you have done it. I'm going to ask your teacher every day to send me back a note saying how you're doing in your class. The teacher has office hours after school on Tuesdays. You need to stay after school and do that, right? Give them all the positive things, because what do you really want? Both of you really want your child to get better grades in class and your child to know that they can trust you and be honest. So in order to do that, you need to validate the emotions that they were feeling that kept that from you. And then you need to give them some constructive praise to show them how you're going to support them in doing better. And then you can also say, hey, look, if we go every day that you come to me and that you tell me things honestly, you won't get punished. If you tell me something, no matter what it is, you will not get punished. Instead, I will help you work to fix whatever the problem is, because that's going to pay off in the long run, right? So you use this simple strategy, easy as 1, 2, 3, right? It sounds easier than it is because, right, we know that at the end of the day, we're tired, we're exhausted, but first we want to get on our child's level. Eye contact, get like physically on their level as well. Validate their emotions. Number 2, help them feel that their emotions are good and that they have power over them and they can name them. And then tell them what's going to happen using positive words. Tell them what to do instead of just what not to do. And focus on positive consequences instead of negative ones. And you do this and you're going to end up with wonderful children who come and talk to you. And that doesn't mean that there won't be problems, but you'll be able to talk to them as well. So thank you for joining me, and I hope this helps.